This question asks, use the provided graphs of f of x and g of x from page 2 to find the value of each of the following. If the value does not exist, write D and E and explain why. Now the two graphs it's talking about are these two, f of x and g of x. Let's go to our first one. Limit x approaching to 2 for our f of x graph. Let's go our f of x graph. We go to 2 on our x-axis, and we could see that from the left and the right, we are approaching to 3. That means our answer will be 3. For our next one, limit x approaching to 9, we go to our f of x graph again. We go to 9. Now we can see that there is a vertical asymptote here. This means that our answer will be does not exist, or D and E. Now it does ask to explain why, so we will say D and E because vertical asymptote. Now our next one, limit x approaching to 5, our f of x graph again. We go to 5. Now we can see here that from the left it is approaching from 3, and right it is approaching to, I could say would be like negative 0.2. Now because they're approaching, they have different values from the left and the right, our answer will be does not exist. We'll say because limit x approaching to 5 on the left, our x of the graph from our left will be 3. And limit x approaching to 5 from the right side of our f of x graph equals around, I would say like negative 0.2. Negative 0.2. Now because they're approaching, because these have different values, our answer will be does not exist. Now let's go to our next one, limit x approaching to negative 10. And this time, we will be looking at our g of x graph. Go to negative 10. And now we can see here is from the right, we will have negative 5. But because we have nothing approaching from the left side, we will have an answer of does not exist, or D and E. D and E. And for this, we say because limit x approaching to negative 10 from the left side of our f of x graph does not exist, because there's nothing approaching from the left side. Our next one, limit x approaching to negative 6 of our g of x graph. We go to negative 6. Now we can see from the left and the right, our answer is 3. Now our next one, limit x approaching to 10 from the left side, because we have our little minus up here. Oh, and we will be looking at our f of x graph this time. 10 from the left side, we could see that the answer is 1. for this, we have limit x approaching to 0 of our g of x graph. 0 from the left and the right, we have negative 4. Now for these ones, I have set up already. Limit x approaching to negative 2 from the left side, adding our f of x and g of x together. Now I separated these. We could start with our f of x graph, limit x approaching to negative 2 from our left side. We could see that our answer is negative 2, or for f of x. Let's put this out, negative 2. We still have to find our g of x. Negative 2, approaching from the left. And we can see from the left, we have 3. Negative 2 plus 3 will give us 1. So our answer is 1. Now our next one, it's basically the same thing here, but this time we will be looking at the right side, so the plus. So let's start with our f of x. From the right side, we have 3. Oops, 3. Let's go to our g of x. Negative 2. From our right, it'll just be going to negative 2. So our answer for this will be 1 as well. Now, this one is a limit x approaching to negative 2. Luckily, from our last two problems, we already figured out the left and the right side of each. And because they both equal 1, that means this answer will also be 1. Now you can see how I wrote it out here. We know that limit x approaching to negative 2 from the left side equals limit x approaching to negative 2 from the right side, which means that limit x approaching to negative 2 will be 1.
Okay, let's move to this problem. You can see I already set it up. Limit x approaching to negative 8, 2x, which means 2 times negative 8. We know that this is negative 16 plus limit x approaching to negative 8 for our f of x graph. Let's go to f of x graph. See negative 8 right here. Left and right, we know our answer is, or our value would be 4. So we plus 4 times our limit x approaching negative 8 of our g of x. So let's go to our g of x, to negative 8. 8 right here. So we know that this is negative 1. This will get us negative 20, and that is our answer, negative 20. Now, moving on to the next one, limit x approaching to negative 6. We want to first find it for our f of x graph. So let's go to negative 6 for our f of x graph. Negative 6. To right, we see our answer is negative 4, or our value is negative 4. Next, after that, we must go to our g of x graph for negative 4. Our answer is 5. Now this is a bonus question, but let's do it anyways. Limit x approaching to 4. Now these two are the same, pretty much the same thing, but this time we use the g of x graph twice. So limit x approaching to 4. So we have 4 right here, left and right, it'll be 0. Then let's go to 0 over here, go down. From left to right, we see negative 4. So negative 4 is our answer. So those are the answers for all these questions.